The average Social Security benefit for someone who's worked 35 years in the United States is $2,079 a month. Most people think it's higher. Some people think it's lower, and almost nobody knows their actual number. And retirement decisions made on a guess instead of a real number are the single most expensive mistake people in this audience will make. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly where to find your real number, what that number actually means, and the one decision attached to it that most people get completely wrong. Hey, stay with me through the middle section, because the piece about how your benefit is actually calculated is something most people have never seen explained this simply. And it changes how you think about every year you have left before you're going to retire. Most people approaching retirement are working from one of three wrong assumptions about their Social Security benefit, and each one is costing them real money. Wrong assumption one. I'll get about the same as my friends or coworkers. Social Security benefits vary enormously based on your specific earnings history. Two people who work the same job for the same number of years can have benefits that differ by $400 a month or more based entirely on their individual salary history. Wrong assumption number two. It'll be enough to cover my basics. The average Social Security benefit covers roughly 40% of pre-retirement income for a middle income earner. Most financial planners will suggest you need 70 to 80% to retire comfortably. That gap, that 30 to 40%, it's got to come from somewhere. And knowing your exact number will tell you exactly how large that gap is for you specifically. Wrong assumption number three. I'll figure it out closer to retirement. The decisions you make in the 5 years before you claim Social Security are among the most consequential financial decisions of your life. Making them without your real number is like building a house without knowing how much the land under that house is going to cost. The good news is that finding your real number, it only takes about 10 minutes. And once you have it, everything else in your retirement plan gets really, really clear, really, really fast. Go to ssa.gov. Look for the button that says sign in or create an account. You'll need your Social Security number, an email address, and a way to verify your identity. For most of us, it's like usually a phone number. Once you're inside, find the section called My Social Security Statement. This document contains everything you need. Look for the section titled Your Estimated Benefits. Look for three numbers. Your benefit if you claim at 62, your benefit at your full retirement age, 66 or 67, depending upon your age, and your benefit if you wait until 70. Write those three numbers down on a piece of paper, not on your phone. Don't keep it in your head. Write it down on paper. This will make it real. Now, look at the earnings history section. I would tell you to go back to the initial page, look for My Earnings History. Click on that one because it'll give you the full breakout. This will show you every year you worked and how much you earned. Look for the gaps. Look for the years when you earned little or nothing. Those gaps directly reduce your benefit. Maybe you had a career gap from caregiving, a divorce, a job loss, a few years of part-time work while raising kids. Those all show up in that earnings history. Understanding them tells you whether there are still years left where you can improve your benefit before you claim. We're going to come back to that in a few minutes because this is the piece most people have never heard explained clearly. Let me show you what this looks like with a fictional person, all right? Let's call her Maria. She's 61 years old. She's worked 35 years in healthcare administration. She is not wealthy, but she's not poor. She's most of America. Maria goes to ssa.gov and finds three numbers. At 62, $1,180 a month. At 67, her full retirement age, $1,640 a month. At 70, $2,090 a month. Three different claiming ages, three completely different retirements. The difference between claiming at 62 and claiming at 67 is $460 a month, every month, for the rest of Maria's life. Between 62 and 70, $910 a month, again, every month, permanently, for the rest of her life. That's not a rounding error. That's the difference between a retirement that works and, for some, one that is always one unexpected expense away from blowing up and not working. Now, I know some of you what you're thinking. What if I claim early and live long enough to come out ahead? Look, that is the right question, and here is the honest answer. If Maria claims at 62 instead of 67, she gets her money 5 years earlier, but she gets less of it every single month. That break even, the age where waiting pays off, is somewhere 78 to 79 years old. The average 62-year-old American woman lives to 86, the average man to 83. Again, that varies based on family history, health, where you are and birthdays. That's a good rough number. For most people watching this video, waiting can be a better mathematical decision, but that math only works if you know your numbers, which is exactly why we started there first. Now, the Social Security Administration calculates your benefit based on your highest 35 years of earnings, 35 years. Let's say you worked 30 years. Social Security fills in those 5 years of zero earnings in that calculation. 5 years of zeros. It's averaged in with your best 30 years. So what happens? That pulls your benefit down, and it can be significant. Here's what that means practically. If you're 58 years old and you have 30 years of work history, you have 5 more years to replace those zeros. Each year you work between now and 63, it potentially improves your benefit, even if you plan to claim at 67. And if you had years where you earned very little, again, caregiving years, part-time work, maybe a difficult family period, those low earning years may also be pulling your benefit down. Working a few more years at a reasonable income can replace those low years in the calculation and meaningfully improve what you receive every month for the rest of your life. Look, that's not a reason to delay retirement if you're ready. It is a reason, though, to know exactly where you stand before you decide. Go back to your earnings history on ssa.gov. Count the years with low or zero earnings. That number tells you how much opportunity is still on the table for you. Now, step 1, go to ssa.gov tonight. Get your 3 numbers, 62, your full retirement age, and 70. Write them on that piece of paper. Step 2, apply the 4% rule to whatever you've saved. Your total retirement savings, your 401k, your IRA, brokerage accounts, whatever. Add them all together, divide by 25. That will give you your annual income from savings. Take that number, divide it by 12. There's your monthly income. Step 3, add your Social Security benefit at your planned claiming age, whatever you think is right for you, to that savings income and compare it to honestly what your monthly expenses are. The gap, if there is one, that's your target. It's not a verdict. It's a target. It's something to aim at. And targets, they have solutions. Look, I've built a free 2-page worksheet that will walk you exactly through this process. I call it the Retirement Reality Check. Drop your email over at brainflash.com. It'll come straight to your inbox. 15 minutes, and you'll know your real retirement number, not an estimate, not a benchmark, not a friend's, yours. The link is in the description below. Now, the people who retire well are not always the ones who saved the most. They're the ones who knew their numbers specifically, honestly, and early enough to do something about them. Your Social Security statement, it's not a document, just a file away. It's the foundation of your retirement plan. And now you know exactly how to read it. 2 things before we wrap up. Go to ssa.gov tonight. Get your 3 numbers. Write them down. Second, if someone in your life is making retirement decisions without knowing that real number, would you send them this video? I don't need the views, but that number changes everything. In our next video, we're going to look at something that most people in this audience have never heard explained clearly. How to keep working and still collect your full Social Security benefit at the same time. The rules around this are widely misunderstood, and knowing it could mean an extra $24,000 a year for most people watching right now. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you there. This is Brain Flash.